If you're struggling to defeat the Fire Vellumental in Paper Mario the Origami King, here's a guide with easy methods on how to beat the Fire Vellumental. In this fight, there are several tiles that we have to step on, and several tiles will make the fight a lot easier. If you can get to an A+1 panel before you finish on an attack panel, then you'll be able to attack twice in one turn. The attack that you'll want to use on the Fire Vellumental is a jump attack, using some kind of iron boots. Every time you attack the Fire Vellumental, some of the feathers will fall out of the Fire Vellumental onto the field. The Fire Vellumental's attack will be a fireball, which you could press A to block, and you'll take a bit less damage. But if you don't block it, the puzzles seem to be a little bit easier during the fight. And each time after the Fire Vellumental attacks, it will use Molten Feathers, where it launches out some of its feathers onto the field. The way that these feathers work is every time you pass by a tile with some of these fire feathers, you'll be hit for 10 damage for each feather on that tile. So you have to be careful with this because Mario can die this way. In addition to trying to get an A+1 panel every single turn, you'll also want to open up the chest, which contains the Water Vellumental magic circles, and you'll want to get to an on switch so that this magic circle is ready for when you get to it. When it's your turn to attack again, you'll just use your iron boots again, hopefully getting an A+1 panel so you can attack twice, and you'll see that more feathers continue to fall onto the field. When it's the enemy's turn, it'll use Fireball again, and you can either block this to take less damage, or you could take the hit if you have lots of HP. The Fire Vellumental will then use Molten Feathers, and even more feathers will appear onto the field. If your HP is low, you could line up the tiles so that you pass by a heart, or you could hold the Y button, and if you cheer enough coins, sometimes the toads will heal you a bit. And you'll continue this same process for several turns, where you get to the Fire Vellumental, you jump on it with your iron boots, it attacks you, you can choose to block it if you'd like, and then it launches some more of its molten feathers onto the field. If you're really struggling with the fight and there are lots of fire feathers on the field, what you can do is just bring a heart to the very first tile that Mario will step on, and Mario will just heal that turn and he won't go anywhere else. He won't walk on any other fire feathers. You won't be able to attack for that turn if you do that, but the benefit of that is that the Fire Vellumental will use its Molten Feathers attack, so it will continue to launch out its feathers and have its HP lower. When the Fire Vellumental has low HP, that is when you will want to use the Water Vellumental Magic Circle. If you use this too soon, then the Fire Vellumental will heal all of its HP and you'll have to do the whole fight over again. So wait until the Fire Vellumental has low HP and then get to a Water Vellumental Magic Circle after hitting the on switch. When you get to the Water Vellumental Circle, you'll use the Water Vellumental's power and you'll launch some water at the Fire Vellumental, doing a bit of damage, and also all of the fires on the field will now be put out and you won't take any damage for this turn as you walk past them. The Fire Vellumental will attack you with its wings, which surprisingly can do quite a bit of damage still, even though you just attacked it with water and you put all of its fire out. So hopefully the Fire Vellumental's HP is now low enough, and what you'll want to do in this turn is pass by an on switch and end on a magic circle for the 1000-fold arm technique. So you'll get to the magic circle, activate it, press R and L, and then mash the A button to start doing damage to the Fire Vellumental as you repeatedly hit it. If the Fire Vellumental's HP is low enough and you've done enough damage, you'll have the option to press R and L again and then the A button to pluck. And if you're able to do this, if the HP is low enough, then this option will appear, and that will be the end of the boss fight. So hopefully this guide has helped you. If this has helped you, please let me know in a comment below. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and enjoy your game.